Hello, and welcome to this Miklix video where I'm going to show you how to defeat the boss called Jagged Peak Drake in Jagged Peak Foothills in Elden Ring. As you probably know, bosses in Elden Ring are divided into 3 tiers. From lowest to highest, field bosses, greater enemy bosses and finally demigods and legends. Jagged Peak Drake is in the middle tier, greater enemy bosses, and is found outdoors in the Jagged Peak Foothills area in the Land of Shadow. It is an optional boss in the sense that it is not required to defeat it in order to progress the main story of the Shadow of the Erdtree expansion. As I was climbing up some rather rough terrain, I came across a large dragon just sleeping in the middle of nowhere. Or now that I think of it, it was actually a quite small dragon compared to some others I've seen. So yeah, it was a drake. No matter, it's similar enough to a dragon that I knew what it was dreaming about. Yet another elaborate scheme to somehow get me roasted and be the dragon's next meal. Not one to suffer the insatiable appetites of dragons and their kin, I immediately called in Black Knife Tish for assistance and readied my usual favorite dragon attitude readjustment tool, the Bolt of Gransax. This time I even remembered to put on the Godfrey icon and Shard of Alexander, both of which boost the ranged damage of the Bolt of Gransax a great deal. Fighting dragons in melee is just annoying as it's usually about chasing after their feet and getting stomped upon half the time, so I prefer to stay ranged, and the ranged weapon art on the Bolt of Gransax is just perfect for that, even though it's fairly slow to charge up. I usually prefer to wake sleeping dragons with an arrow to the face, but the red lightning from the Bolt of Gransax works just as well. There is also a certain poetic justice to a dragon dreaming about roasting me, only to be awakened by having its own face roasted by lightning accompanied by the sound of my manic cackling. And now for the usual boring details about my character. I play as a mostly dexterity build. My melee weapons are the Hand of Mallenia and the Uchigatana with keen affinity, but I mostly used the Bolt of Gransax in this fight. I was level 202 and Scadutree Blessing 10 when this video was recorded, which I think is reasonable for this boss. I'm always looking for the sweet spot where it's not mind-numbing easy mode, but also not so difficult that I will be stuck on the same boss for hours. Anyway, this is the end of this Jagged Peak Drake video. Thanks for watching. Check out the YouTube channel or Miklix.com for more videos. You could even consider being completely awesome by liking and subscribing. Until next time, have fun and happy gaming.